This video is brought to you by Toys R Us UK. Use promo code TurtleTalk upon checkout and receive up to 10% off of these selected lines. That's promo code TurtleTalk. Link is in the description. What is going on, toy fan? Project Piper Customs here, and welcome back once again to another Project Piper Customs review. And as you can see in front of you, we are blessed with even more Playmobil Back to the Future goodness. Okay, and here we have the Playmobil Back to the Future Part 3 Advent Calendar. Alright, so this is the second Advent Calendar they have released. The first one obviously included that paper card display of the courthouse and all the other goodies that came with it. Okay, and now we have one for Part 3. Alright, and I'm excited to get into this. Been waiting on this one for quite some time, ever since we saw the leaked promo images. And I was able to luckily pick this up from Amazon UK. They do have them in stock currently right now. But all of our UK retailers that stock Playmobil, such as JADLAM Toys and of course Smiths, they are receiving theirs at this very moment. So if you have pre-ordered with them, you should be receiving yours very soon, and they should also be in stock. So links to all of those stores, including the Amazon link for this, will be in the description. Now let's bring this bad boy forward and have a closer look, as we do with these reviews, at the box art. Okay, now this is the big boy. All right, big boy, just like the last one. As you can see, glorious look at the artwork here. Okay, good look at everything that's coming in it. Very excited. We have a little spin around to see what's on the side. Okay, as you can see, we've got character profiles for some of the figures that we're getting in there. As you see, we've got Marty McFly, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, Clara Clayton, and Dr. Emmett Brown, and a look at some of the scenes that we'll be getting within this set. Spin around to the back for a more detailed look. Okay, and there we have a good look at all the scenes. All right, some display art. Another collector's postcard, which is awesome. A good look at the previous sets that we have, and I have reviews for all of these in one playlist on my channel, which I will link in the description for you if you want to check those out. And of course, we have what we have here is the two different conversions of the DeLorean if you own that as well, so you can make it look like the Part 3 1885 time machine. Okay, so we have the 1955 tires, the hood mounted time circuits, and the railroad wheels. That is not easy to say in one sentence. Okay, so there we are. A good look at the back. Anything else on the side? Not much going there. Okay, but on the bottom we have an itinerary. Okay, so good look at everything that is coming in the box. All right, so we're gonna have a brief look at this because we'll go into what is all this is about later on in the video. But here it's a basic list of all the parts that will be included. All right, so let's see what's in the box. Flip it open, lean back. All right, and yeah, by the looks of things, same sort of layout as the previous one. We have the Advent Calendar itself. Okay, with all the panels that you can pop for each day in December. All right, so let's just put this to one side. Let's have a look here. Okay, we have the classic Book of Destructions right here. All right, so obviously it gives you an idea of how to put everything together. We'll have a good look through that. And here, oh yeah, just to add to the collection, we might as well address it here right now. We have the collector's postcard, and obviously it's a classic image of Marty and Doc taking their picture in front of the clock, but in Playmobil form. All right, and this is a beaut. Fine addition to the collection. I really like that they've done this. It's just another nice thing to do for the collectors, you know, jazz it up, make it fun with the Playmobil style. And yeah, it's attention to detail. You know, when you combine these things from our childhood, if you grew up with this franchise, never in my life did I think I would see Back to the Future Playmobil. Okay, so my inner child right now is geeking out. Okay, here we got the paper card backdrops and landscape dioramas all right there. So okay, I think it's time we had a look at the box. All right, now that we've got the Advent Calendar in hand, it's time to appreciate this awesome artwork. Obviously depicting the scene where he's charging towards the screen of Indians with the new time circuits off to rescue Doc Brown from 1885. And yeah, this is beautiful, man. Really love when they do this. Obviously you've got the backdrop here as it just fades in to the lightning across all the day boxes. If you do intend on actually buying this for the month of December and intend on opening, like the advent calendar would do, each individual box on each individual day, so you're surprised with each day with what you get in it, I'm not going to spoil that for you, not this time. Okay, so what we're going to do instead, with the magic of editing, is we're going to lay it down, and to get everything out of the box ready for me to have some fun and to build, we're simply going to do this. And there we have it. Everything is out of the box, and this thing is jam-packed. I mean, look at all of this. You get lots and lots and lots of bags. Okay, so if you are opening this through the month of December, day by day, you're going to have tons of fun with all the surprises that come out. Because look what you're left with, all of this. All right, so we've got some loose stuff here, we've got some bag stuff there. Obviously, we've got the paper card displays. So it's time to build. Here we are with everything out and put together, and just like the prior advent calendar, you do get quite a bit to sink your teeth into. All of it based around part 3 of Back to the Future, as you can see right there. Okay, you get a fair amount of figures and a fair amount of accessories, and obviously we get some DeLorean conversion parts, but we'll get to that later on. But starting from this side and working way across, okay, one of my favourite pieces is you get the horse. Okay, really nice. There's no articulation in the horse. I'm not sure if any other horses from Playmobil have any articulation, but this one in particular, sadly, doesn't move apart from in the head area. All right, just like that. But he does come with the reins and saddle. All right, and that is for, put this over here, Mr. Buford Mad Dog Tannen. Another great figure. Really nicely well done. Love the details on him. Obviously, he does come with the hat. There you go. He comes with his lasso. And his pistol. All right, looking mean as ever. Really nice. Popping back over here, we get 2 different Martys. We get obviously the 1955 Clint Eastwood outfit, which he gets dressed up in before he goes to 1885. Obviously he gets his cuffs, his hat, and his neck scarf. Really cool. Love the details on the shirt. Excellent. And of course we get the 1885 Marty McFly. And again with the hat, removable poncho. As you can see, he's got this bulletproof vest underneath, and he comes with a removable gun holster. Okay, so you just hook this on, and the gun does indeed remove, just like that. Okay, so that's an awesome little bit of kit there. Really nicely detailed as well, and with the removable poncho, so you can have different looks for him. Just like Marty, we get 2 different Dr. Emmett Browns. Okay, we get the 1955 Hawaiian shirt version. Obviously, he comes with his watch, his hat, and his gun for when he's signalling the start of Marty McFly's run in the DeLorean. Okay, love the Hawaiian shirt look. Okay, it doesn't continue on the back, so the pattern is just on the front, but he does get his fedora as well. All right, let's pop him down. And of course, we do have the 1885 Emmett Brown looking badass. Okay, with his long coat, his big old hat, and his custom sniper rifle, which I think is one of the coolest things in the whole franchise. And it does peg into his hand just like that. And I'm really glad that they included it with this figure. Not something I thought Playmobil would actually make, would be pistols and guns, but you know, crazy things have happened. And the final figure, and possibly my favourite because of the deco, Miss Clara Clayton, looking awesome in her dress outfit. All right, really well done with the puffy shoulders, the hat, and of course she does come with a little suitcase that does actually open up. If I can actually get it to open up on camera would be great, because it came open. Boom, there we go. Nothing in it, but just to show you that it does indeed open up. Close that back up, pop it back on. But there is one last figure in the line, and it quite possibly is my second favourite, just because of how gosh darn cute it is. And cute is not a word in my vocabulary, so when I use it, you know I mean it. And that is of course Einstein with the minus helmet on. Okay, this thing is absolutely adorable. Obviously it doesn't stay on that well, but thanks to you know, now that it's off I can show you the mechanics. Obviously he does come with this rubber bung. It slips onto his head, and then this goes in to the helmet. Obviously it gives you a little bit of grip for it to stay on. It didn't this time, but to show you Einstein, like the previous versions, his head does move back up and down. Mine's a little bit loose, so that's probably why. But the hat, the helmet just slips on, and you can position it like so. Okay, there you go. And that's just adorable. I don't know about you, but that to me is just adorable. Okay, so figures aside, as that is all of them, now we'll move to the accessories. As you can see, we have the two different wheel conversions for the DeLorean. We have the 1955 tyres, okay, with the white walls and the red rims. Okay, and we get 4 of those. Pop them to one side, and obviously we get the 4 railroad wheels. Okay, and we'll be taking a look at these a little bit later. Along with those, we do have Doc Brown's 3 heat logs, green, yellow and red, as you can see. Those are there, looking good. Okay, we also get the famous picture that Doc gifts Marty at the end of the movie, with the classic photo of them standing in front of the clock tower. Really nicely framed, great detail as well. Nothing on the back, but there we are. We also get, just like with the series, we get so much in the way of pulls from it. We get the letter from the Playmobil Union. Okay, so that's the letter that he reads at the end of part 2, and that Doc reads at the beginning of part 3. Great stuff to see that. Obviously, to go along with the wheels, we get the hood mounted time circuits to add to the DeLorean conversion. Awesome little details there. Okay, and we do get some sticky pads to put here and here, so it can sit on the mount. Also, these straps have some grooves, so they can sit in the grooves. I'll show you a bit later. I haven't attached these yet because I don't want to permanently fix it onto the DeLorean just yet. We'll be getting to that a bit later, so pop that to one side. We get his tombstone, Emmett Brown's tombstone, when he finds out he's passed away in the past. That's weird. But here we go. Yeah, over a matter of $80. Terrible, terrible, but really nicely detailed with the full inscription right there. Okay, moving along to complement the picture, we have the camera. All right, and this is just a loose fit. It just sits on top there, but it can spin. We do have the shutter, so that can come out and go back down. Okay, and if I take that off, we have a tripod, a semi-working tripod, which is crazy. So the legs extend to about there. Real nice detail to go along with what makes up part of the backdrop, which we'll get into in a moment. Along with the camera, we get 3 sticks of dynamite. Get 3 of these, no detail on them. Okay, but we get 3 of those. Obviously, we get the dynamite charge plunger. Okay, pretty standard. No real details to it. Okay, we also get a lantern that they can carry. And the last but not least accessory, we get the environmental. Okay, we get the pine, the plant, in a base of sand. Alright, just a nice little environmental piece. Okay, and that is all the bits and bobs that you get with the set. Okay, so aside from the figures and the accessories, We also get, as you can see, a ton of awesome carded backdrops. So let's have a look at these one by one. First, I want to show you this little ditty right here. Okay, let's move the horse out of the way so I can get a better view. All right, and now obviously this is the drive-in theatre from 1955, doubling as Marty's runway to time travel into the past. Okay, really nice, quite simple, good little display. There's a screen and the Indians, which he does end up crashing into. So yeah, real nice little display. Along with that, we move over here, we get the train station with the train for Clara. A little bit of a wasted opportunity here. I do think they could have done another different backdrop, including the train, that involved more of what you get. So far, this is kind of only catering for Clara, you know, but still really nice. I love the sort of toon style of it, all the smoke, and yeah, the perspective of the platform. It's a really cool little display, regardless. Okay, putting that to one side. We also get the mine. If I bring him over here, let's have a look at the mine. All right, this is pretty cool. Got some 3D elements to it. All right, as you can see, we've got the blast mine tunnel here. Got a little tunnel to one side, and yeah, really nice detailed environment piece with the grey plot over this side, and a nice sandy, dusty base. Okay, and last but not least, again, a finale of all the bases here. Bring it close. We have the clock tower environment. Okay, so you can see we have the construction of the clock tower in the background. Obviously we have some foliage to this side, some more foliage on this side, including the American flag, and of course we get the bell and the clock. Right, the biggest piece out of the four, and a really nice one. Okay, so those are the 4 environmental pieces. So that is everything out, that is everything built. And now let's have a look at what we can do with the DeLorean. All right, so as you've seen before, we have the 4 white-walled 1955 tyres, and of course we get the 4 railroad wheels, and of course we get the hood-mounted time circuits. All right, so these are the sticky pads I was referring to. You get 6 of them, and they would just fit directly underneath in those 2 spaces to help mount the hood. All right, but I'm not going to be using these because I don't want to securely fix it in place just yet. All right, so I'm going to pop those to one side, and yeah, so this is the obviously the DeLorean you get, standard version. I do have the Mr. Fusion on top, for that came with the 2015 playset. All right, so what we need to do first, we need to pop the wheels on, and then of course we need to pop some others on. All right, so let's get these off first and get to it. Okay, we got all 4 wheels off. Okay, so we're going to start with the 1955 tyres and see how they look. Okay, so all of them seem to be the same size, so we're just going to pop them on one at a time. You see until you hear that snap. There we go. Number 3, and lastly number 4. And we're going to see how that looks. There. Oh yeah, that looks sweet. That does look sweet. Okay, they're free spinning just like the other ones. Let's turn it around, get a look on the other side. Woo, yeah, that's nice. That's nice, but there is something missing. There is something missing. So let's have a look with the hood mounted time circuits. All right, so as I said before, I'm not going to be securing these in place just yet, but each of the straps do have this little groove that will sit in the outer of these grooves here. All right, so you've got a little tongue and groove. Okay, so the way to put them on, obviously these 2 clear pieces will be nearest to the windscreen, and we just plonk it on. All right, so there we are, and bosh. All right, it is going to move around because obviously I've not secured it in place. It's going to slide forward, but that does look pretty mint, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Okay, let's take a look from this side. Let's slide it back a bit. Yeah, that just completes the look 100%. So if you do secure it down with the sticky pads, obviously you will be able to take it off. They do give you some spares, but you know, you just bear in mind you only get 6. Okay, so you only have 2 more attempts to get it right. All right, but there we are. This is how it looks with the white-walled 55 tyres, and the flying gimmick still works even with these. All right, so if you want to mix it up a bit, you have that option. Okay, with the wheels off again, there's only one other set to put on. Let's go for the railroad wheels. All right, so let's do the same thing again. Push them in until you hear a click. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Spin it around. Okay, pop the hood mount on, and there they are. Okay, now they do obviously sinking further than the tires, obviously, so they're further inside the chassis, but they do move just like that. Oh no! Okay, so they do go back and forth, and this is a side view of how they look. Okay, so the other side. Okay, now here's the thing. Pop these back on. Okay, they do not give us any track. Okay, that may be by design. All right, maybe for a similar reason as to why we didn't get Mr. Fusion until they released the 2015 set. Now, I would like to think that there is more coming within this series, and here's hoping for a time train. All right, or even the locomotive that could change into the time train, and with that they provide some track for the DeLorean to be mounted into. That's the only thing I can think of as to why we got railroad stuff to go along with the DeLorean. Okay, I thought if not, then it's unfortunately a little bit of a wasted accessory, but you know, these things can happen. But it is just nice to think that if they're giving us railroad wheels, that at some point down the line they're going to give us some track. Okay, because this thing would look awesome. But I didn't wait that long. So yes, I decided to acquire my own Playmobil railroad track. Okay, so these are 3D printed parts. Okay, so I got them off a store on Etsy, and that store is 3D Fan Print. Okay, I will leave a link in the description for their store, as they do quite a few different bits and pieces 3D printed for the Back to the Future Playmobil line. And yeah, so this is 2 sets. One set of the railroad track is just 3 sleepers and 2 tracks of rail. Okay, and yeah, so I bought 2 just to extend the track. Now, as it is not glued. It is literally just in place. As you can see, it can all shift and can all move. Okay, I've just set this up temporarily, but sadly, as it is, with the 2 grooves in each spacer to hold the track, where it sits right now, unfortunately, is slightly too wide. All right, so the wheelbase, okay, it just will not fit on the tracks. Okay, ends up rocking and all sorts. It's just slightly too wide, unfortunately. So with that, as is, unfortunately, it can't be used. But if I just show you one of the sleepers, it can be modified. So what I intend on doing is just working out exactly where on here, okay, that I need to trim it back. And what I'll do is I'll remove this piece and glue this to the new area, and that way it should be quite even and allow for the car to sit on the track. Okay, but as I have this out in front of me, if we take these away, push all those to one side. All right, so as you can see, we've got the car on the track. This is just laid down loose underneath the wheels, so it actually fits. Okay, so it does move around still, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the car with these wheels on looks on some track. All right, so here we go. Alright, there we are, nice and smooth, just like that. Okay, so hopefully Playmobil does do the train, or at least gives us some track. This will fit the DeLorean, and you could have a nice display. Once again, Playmobil does not disappoint. This set is filled with fun characters and accessories to immerse you in Back to the Future Part 3. Now personally, I do believe that there was more to the set with the first advent calendar, and at a cheaper price as well. But with the extra backdrops and the extra parts to add to the DeLorean, I highly recommend this set. If you're an avid Playmobil collector and a massive fan of Back to the Future, then this set, along with the entire line, is an absolute must for you. Hopefully this is not the end of the Back to the Future line, and fingers crossed that we get to see Locomotive 131 and the Time Train in Playmobil form. And that is it for this review. Thank you so much again for watching. Please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.